everybody. Welcome to, believe it or not, the 87th live chat we have done here on the Depression Recovery Channel. Healing from Depression, Douglas Block, Portland, Oregon. Can you believe it? We're up to number 87. Oh my God, we might hit 100 before I croak. Now don't say that, Douglas. That's only 13 more. How about 500? That sounds better. Leanne, hey, from Buffalo, I love you. Michael Falcone, great to see you. Susan Jones, Butterfly, Virtuous Woman. I forgot your real name, but it's cool. Erling Scott, haven't heard from you before. Coquille. So, as you guys start tuning in, I want to announce that today is November 25th, 2018, almost to 2020, 3 days after Thanksgiving, and it's a glorious, another sunny day in Portland, Oregon. My God, November has been amazing. It's supposed to be the second wettest month, but not so. Hey, Lazy Ranch. Hey, James D. Guadalupe. Search what TDCS is. I think you mean transcranial. I think you mean TCMS. I'm not quite sure what TCDS is, but I'll look it up. T-Mac, hey, nice to see you. Cookies Blue, nice to see you too. Hi from Scotland. Well, you know what? I guess I'm almost ready to tell my first joke. We got to get a few more people from the UK on here. By the way, have you noticed a gift that was given to me, Bolivia, from Bolivia, right over my, whatever this is. What shoulder is that? I can't tell. It looks like my right. It's my left shoulder. Above Ramana Maharshi, that beautiful, it's called a Chiquila or something like that. It's a flag that what it stands for the various tribes in South America. Much more beautiful in person than you see it. Hey, Marty. TDCS. I guess I'll have to look it up. What does it stand for? Colin from Newcastle, England. It's cold and freezing. Oh, beautiful, beautiful here. Leanne says, I gave up alcohol, which helped me tremendously. I read that caffeine can cause depression. Really? It's usually, I consider it an antidepressant. All right. Joke number one. Everybody from the UK is my coach, Mr. Scroll, used to say, listen up, everybody. Okay, so you all have heard of kidney transplants. I know this because I'm seeing a kidney specialist because of my hypertension. We had a good friend of mine who had an 18-year-old son who was had kidney failure, something, hereditary. Fortunately, they consulted the local kidney bank and got him a fresh kidney, and he got it transplanted. Now he's off to college at the age of 22. It's just amazing what modern medicine can do. But I talked to some of my friends over at the UK and England. They said, well, we don't have a kidney bank. I said, what? How could that be? This is modern medicine. You mean you don't have a kidney bank in England? They said, yes, but we have a Liverpool. Oh, I'm getting heartburn already. Well, how do you like the delivery of that joke? Okay, Butterfly, I feel like committing suicide. Well, yeah, I have had that happen to me numerous times, but I didn't go through with it. Oh, didn't know where there would be one next week? Well, I'm going to be doing them on a weekly basis now because I don't know what else to do with my life. No, that's not true. I'm super busy, but I don't know. I just feel like doing them once a week right now. You like the joke? Hey, right. You get points, whoever you are. Anka Katiel. I have no idea what that stands for. How do you deal with depression after surgery? Wow, that's a really good question. Well, you're dealing with situational depression because after surgery, you're not able to do the things you were as an athlete. But tell yourself, this is only temporary. This too shall pass. I mentioned to you guys last week, my wife Joan had a heart attack, and now she's doing cardiac rehab and getting back to her former self. So just tell yourself that you are going to be able to get back, if not to the shape you were in, at least be able to participate in some way. Does being depressed bring on anger? Yes, especially among teenagers and children, but also among Americans, adults. It can cause irritation. Doug, you end your jokes with expectation of failure. Need to end on a high note. Okay, David, thank you. Your mom, me and my fiance have always been really good self-improvement sessions. I'm feeling motivated a lot. Well, that's good, your mom. You're pronouncing it long. Anachal Katyal. How's that? Roxana, you missed my joke. Okay, I'll say it again. England does not have a kidney bank, unfortunately, but it does have a Liverpool. That was the shortened version. Leanne says to Butterfly, if you feel this way, write down what would this do to your family. Over is 4 times. You are a very fortunate person, Leanne. I bet you would tell anybody who is thinking about ending their lives, please don't do it. There is life after depression. Surya, I was feeling too anxious minutes ago, but I watched the meditation video and really felt good. It comes nowhere and then it goes away. Really depressing. Well, that's okay. This too shall pass. And look, my friend Julie Hayes, right? Send me this. And still I rise. Which means every time we go down, we come back up. Hey, speaking of Thanksgiving, how was your Thanksgiving, everybody? Hey, David, thank you for another donation. Well, David is like super generous. Did you get my email about my getting you a signed copy of that book? Thank you again. Wow. I mean, anyway, I was about to mention that we can't really do this work without your generous support. Sounds like public television, but it's true. And David, start off the ball. There's a little dollar sign down there. If you click on that, you can give 99 cents or more. And we also have Patreon, which is where you can become a monthly sustaining member. David has also done that for as little as $2 a month. That's patreon.com. Good. I'm going to look into it tomorrow. I'll get back to you. Since we are just after Thanksgiving, I want to hear what some of you guys are grateful for. Last week, you told me some stuff. By the way, there's a Patreon website if you want to go see my work. Just type in Douglas Block Depression. Why do songs go in your mind 24/7? You're obsessing about them. Butterfly, try to get some really good stuff in there. Thanksgiving was okay. Stayed at home, ate Chinese. Yeah, I had a beautiful time with my godson and his wife and their two lovely children, Rainier and Kai. Anyway, as I coughed, whoops, I hit my microphone. I'm sorry. Come on, let's hear something you're grateful for. Does meditation help with depression? Yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. How do you start meditation? Go type on YouTube, how do you start meditation? And there must be thousands of videos. It's really simple. I have to make a heartbreaking decision about my son. The officer won't take him for 150, or 5150, but he's becoming more dangerous. I'm going to file restraining order. Well, you have to talk about your self-preservation. I drove 12 hours on Thanksgiving Day, 8 gas station nachos. Well, hey, an interesting story. Anyway, what are we thankful for? And Lazy Eye Ranch, I'm sorry to hear that, but you know, we've had some clients here in Portland who've also had to have restraining orders against their children. And sometimes you just got to do it. Maybe when he gets a little bit better, you'll be able to hang out more with him. Hey, the Netherlands. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, David. Kosovi Todovi. Hi, hello, I'm Frank from Charlotte. I don't feel very comfortable when I have to meet someone in public. Is that depression? That's more like social anxiety. There's lots of ways you can get help with that, especially if you talk to an anxiety disorder specialist. Suraj Mira, your videos play a very important role in healing my depression. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, I appreciate it, sir. If you want to go ahead and you know, return the thanks, you can always, again, become a patron, or you can just click on the super chat button and give a few bucks. That would really be helpful. What is the best sleep aid that does not put on weight, says Mark's Killed Wrestling? Well, amitriptyline and Remeron do put on weight in large doses, but in small doses they don't. 10 milligrams amitriptyline. Also, I don't think trazodone puts on weight, and so I'd go ask your doctor about trazodone, and also the other two in small doses do not put on weight. You can also take something like Ativan, but that's a benzodiazepine, and you can get dependent on that. I read the book you sent me. It was very good. You mean when going through Hell Don't Stop? Why don't you let people know? Because for $5 contribution today, you can get a free copy, ebook of this book. Well, I can't find it. Here it is. I wrote this book in 1997 after I'd been through 18 months of sheer hell. I didn't think I was going to survive, but I did. This book tells how I did it and all the social support I got and all the tools I used, which I still teach today. So, Leanne, was it when going through Hell Don't Stop? Let me know. I am thankful for candles, blankets, food, and friendships. That's a beautiful thing to be thankful for. Bananas are good before bed. They help me sleep. Excellent, David. Well, they have serotonin in them. Great. I'm glad you liked the book, Leanne. The book Healing from Depression, which is my next book, essentially goes into that, tells the memoir story, but it has my 12-step recovery program including this chart on self-care activities to improve your mood. Anybody who sends me their email address, I will send you a free copy of this. And the other side it says, boost your psychological immune system. This is a chart that all my clients use to remind themselves what to do to help themselves. Surga, wow, 20-something. What currency is that? Whatever it is, I appreciate it. Thank you. Anybody have a currency exchange program? Lazy Eye Ranch, I'm hoping that he'll get help, but he has nowhere to go. I hope he can get into a shelter, but they're not going to put up with his growing and yelling at voices. He'll end up somewhere. You know, there are public places. Why doesn't he just... We have a place called Portland, Oregon State Hospital. I mean, state hospitals are no fun, but he might get some help there. You don't think it's serotonin dominance? I think it's a sudden sugar rush. Well, that may be the case. David Holt, any tips on dissociation? I'm stuck and desperate, man. My brain is completely shut off. If it's dissociation, you should go to Noah's channel. Noah Thomas, he's done some videos there. Big No. Noah Thomas, check him out. He has some very, very good videos on dissociation, something I've never had to do with. Thank God. My granddaughter's godmother is in the psych ward now. I'm glad it was a long time coming. Well, you know, I've been in... How many times is Douglas Block in the psych ward? Does anybody know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. By the way, there's other people like that little thing over my left shoulder right there, that little beautiful, beautiful tapestry. It comes direct from Bolivia. Okay, what's going on? Kokeel, hi Doug. How can you overcome heartbreak and depression? I've lost my job, my girlfriend of 6 years. Oh, in the last month, wow. Join a grief group. And if you email me, I'll send you a beautiful meditation I wrote after my first major love left me. It's called When One Door Closes, Another Door Opens. Here, send me your email address right here, douglasblog@gmail.com, and I'll send you a beautiful meditation that will help you with heartbreak from a book called Words That Heal. Sayan Jacobs, I suffer from convulsions and seizures. I know it because of Lexapro. Wow. Well, go talk to your doctor if that's the case. Yikes. Thou shalt not kill. I think David was making a joke there. Yeah, Kokio, go ahead and send me your email, please. And again, remember, actually, I'm going to up the stakes. Nothing is free but the air we breathe. Anyway, for any sort of a $1 or $2 depression contribution today, you can get this chart for free. All right, I'm about to do a video tomorrow. I'm going to post on Monday. I want to tell you all about it. But first, it's time for more jokes, isn't it? Does anybody have a good one? Let me see. Oh, you know, we're coming upon Christmas. I love this one. I've told this before. Why did Santa's helper suffer from depression? You wouldn't think he'd be depressed, helping Santa spread good cheer all over the world. But why did Santa's helper suffer from depression? Well, he had low self-esteem. Okay, time for the next joke. Indian rupees. Well, what's the conversion factor? Is 20 Indian rupees $500? Probably not. My doctor is not helping. I'm doing research for myself. They want to sell the medicine. Well, go find a doctor who can help you. I don't suffer from dissociation, but Michael, there's a lot of resources out there. They release him after 72 hours. He refuses any meds. Well, you know what? He may end up in jail for a while. Yeah, of course, your mom for $2 that chart, of course. You know how long that chart took me to make? 20 years, this chart. 20 years of blood, sweat, and tears. You've got 20 years of my knowledge. Man, books are a lot more than that. You like the joke? Great. Not getting the hang of it? I'll try, David. You know, what do we do? Oh, yes, I go ahead and I just pretend. All right, well, Lazy Eye is in a beautiful place in the country. This joke is dedicated to you. We still have cowboys in Eastern Oregon here. Yep, we're still in the old frontier. One of them came over for dinner the other night, and I said, what do you want in your salad? He said, ranch dressing. Yes. That better, David? Ta-da! Joe Smith, nice to see you. How many psychiatrists that change to change the light bulb? Yes, one, but it really has to be willing to change. I love that joke. I've heard it many, many times. Cool. Oh, yeah. $199, Mom. Okay. But now if I'm going to send you that chart, you got to send me your email address. How's that? By the way, you don't know these guys, but you haven't read my full biography yet, but I was a math teacher for 20 years. Does anybody here like numbers besides me? I love mathematics. Anyway, what is the math teacher's favorite dessert? It's pie. So let's talk about tomorrow's video. I'm uploading it. It's called, Can the Pursuit of Pleasure Make You Happy? Well, it seems like it can, right? I mean, depressives suffer from lack of pleasure, right? Anhedonia, the ability to experience pleasure, right? To enjoy things. So you think if you just said, I'm going to find all the things, can the pursuit of pleasure make me happy? That was the correct title. Can this pursuit of pleasure make me happy? Well, you think it would, you know, eat a lot of chocolate ice cream, you know, maybe take some drugs to make you high, you know, go ahead and do a lot of shopping. It doesn't work because you adapt to it. It's called hedonic adaptation. You'll find out in my video why the sole pursuit of pleasure doesn't bring you happiness and what does. Okay. Oh, Daniel. Your mom is Danielle? Oh my God, I had no idea you changed it. Whoa. You should have told me. Daniel's an old buddy of mine from Houston, Texas. Has reached out to me when I've had some hard times. She sent me a couple of videos of her daughter. She's a cool person and takes care of people who are needy. You're a mensch. You like numerology? So do I. What dosage of lithium orotate? That's a good question. Can I have the chart too? Yeah, make a small donation. You can. What are the donations for? Stupid question. The donations are for my spending 7 years and probably another 20 more writing video scripts, hiring videographers, paying them, and spending, you know, dedicating my life to giving out not only information on mental health recovery through my website, but also my videos, also my coaching, and also my newsletters. You know, except for the coaching, all of this is done on a free will basis. So yes, it's keeping the quote-unquote ministry going, Leanne, and all the people who said they've gotten help from my videos. I mean, I get so many comments and emails, I can't even answer them all. But you know, we're doing good work, all you guys. We're all doing good work together, helping to create community. Just by showing up at this live chat, you're giving other people help and validation that they're not alone. They're not the only ones going through this. This is a universal problem. So this Sunday afternoon community is up to everybody who shows up, and you're giving help, not just receiving it. So that's what the money goes for, to keep this going. All right, I had to retake, Joe Smith says something here. I had to retake calculus twice, but I still love math. Yeah, math is very cool. Why did Beethoven get rid of his, okay, another joke. His chickens, all I said was Bach, Bach, Bach. Lazy Eye Ranch, where do you get these corny jokes? I can change it back. Well, it's okay. Now I know your mom is Danielle, so I don't care. Now I know who you really are. I started with 5 milligrams a day, now taking it twice a day. Okay, that's, I guess, lithium orotate. Back to work tomorrow, says Quinifon. After a week and a half with depression, Prozac starting to work. Any words of encouragement? Thanks for all you do. Yes, Quinifon, just take it easy. If you need to take a break, if you need to take a longer lunch, let your supervisors know this is your first day back. And just be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. It's going to take you a while to, you know, to really get back to full steam. Gabrielle Israel, your favorite. Really, I appreciate so much of your work. Greetings from Mexico City. Well, Gabrielle, I love Mexico City. I've been there. My goddaughter loves to work there, loves to visit there. She has lots of friends. Mexico City is a really cool place. Sorry for the earthquakes. And by the way, Gabriella, you can either hit this little $ here. It says show your support for Douglas Block for a couple dollars, or you can go to my Patreon website, patreon.com, and you can help become a monthly member of this channel. What is schema therapy, Doug? Oh, it's a great therapy that talks about a schema. It's kind of a life script or a program that you got as a child and how you're still living it out. It's very powerful. There's a book called You Can Change Your Life about that, and I highly recommend it. Okay, I think your laptop needs plugging in. Well, it's still at 64%. So David, if anything's going on with it, I can always plug it in. But right now it says 64% charged. Joe Smith, is there anything that can be done about muscle stiffness and shaking? It's the only anxiety system that keeps me in the anxiety circle. Wow. I would say progressive relaxation. I did a video on that. You can look it up. I would also, if you're near a hot tub, I would take like a hot tub before bed or during the day. Go look up progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and you relax muscles. Well, 20 minutes are gone, 40 minutes to go. I'm going to get a Christmas tree afterwards to a Christmas tree farm. I know it's only November 25th, but my friend and her goddaughter go, and it's a yearly ritual. We go together. Okay, well, speaking of Christmas, I hope this is not too racy, this joke. I don't think so. You guys are tough. So, your dad was a punster. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lazy Eye Ranch. Is your battery level, you're breaking up a little? Wow, I don't think so. The mic is still going quite strongly. Maybe the video is hitting the shirt. I don't think so, no. Let me know if I'm still breaking it up. I can go in and plug the computer in, but it doesn't look like it's having a problem. That might be the transmission. Video output low. YouTube is not seeing enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay, so I don't know why the video output is low, which is YouTube is telling me. I don't think it's my battery, but keep me posted. And if it's still bad, I'll try plugging it in. So, thank you. Someone just gave $5. Who was that? Oh, Tabat Al-Qasir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your generous donation. That deserves a joke. Okay, so sorry if I offended anybody, but I like this. So there's a minister in a church, right? People go to church in America, probably other places too. Minister gives a really good sermon. So this guy comes up to and the minister is greeting people after the sermon. The guy comes up to him, and he's a Texan. He's got boots and a big hat. His minister said, "That was a great service. That was a damn fine service. That was a damn fine message, minister." The minister says, "Well, I really appreciate your compliments, but we don't speak like that in the house of the Lord. Could you use language a little bit more appropriate?" The guy goes around and says, "Minister, that was such a damn fine sermon that I just left $1,000 in the collection plate." Minister pauses and says, "No shit." Well, there you have it. Sometimes rules were made to be broken. All right, the video is fine, very good. Kill a tree for Christ. That's very, very funny. I've lost my mind completely, says Barbara Topolsky. Well, I've been there. Calm magnesium will help relax me. Yes, that is really true. How do you overcome depression of losing a relationship? Yeah, you were so negative, but you drove her away. Well, then you need to get your treatment. You get your depression treated, Coquille, and mixed relationship. You'll have better luck, or maybe this woman will come back or person will come back. I don't know. But the main thing is your mental health. Here's a corny joke. A blonde was taking a pregnancy test. Her friend said, "Did you pass?" Oh, that's very funny. Okay, how old are you and how many times have you had depressive crisis? Cesar de Jesus. Did I pronounce that right? Let's say again. Cesar de Jesus. Well, I've had depressive episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hospitalizations, and I will be turning 70 in February, George Washington's birthday. Probably none of you overseas know who the hell George Washington was. He was the first president of the United States, and he was a general, and he was a cool guy, but he owned slaves, but so did everybody else, I'm afraid. All right, Rasmus, hello to you. That last joke was funny. Your video is good on my end. I find benzos will help my depression. Does that mean it's anxiety? Wow, probably, yeah. Benzos usually don't. Benzodiazepines like Valium usually do not help with depression. You might have an anxiety component. Okay. So, someone talked about being angry when you're depressed. Why did the angry doctor have to close his medical practice? He lost his patients. Too bad. Of course you know who George Washington is. Well, good. I'm glad you Brits are not completely ignorant of American history. Another pun from Lazy Eye Ranch. What's a good time to go to sleep? When you're tired. But usually I find early to bed or early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. That's what Benjamin Franklin said. Everybody has their own sleep cycle. There's no one way to do it. But here's one thing you do need to do. Go to bed at the same time every night and wake up approximately the same time every morning. Whatever your hours are, they need to be regular because human beings, our biology likes rhythms. Erling Scott says, just retired but can't get around to do anything. I just watch TV and sit on the couch. Any suggestions? Yes. Find something you're passionate about. Find a hobby. Go do volunteer work. Get up and out of the house and contribute. If you're too depressed to do so, then try going somewhere to a mental health professional and see if you can treat your depression. Is citalopram a good antidepressant? Celexa, yes, it's a very good one, but everything, body reacts differently. Here's what you have to know about antidepressants. One man's meat is another man's poison. Again, $2 or more donation. Healing from depression and anxiety, 45 ways, self-care activities to improve your mood. And over here, a beautiful, beautiful diagram of different ways to feed your spirit and boost your psychological immune system, done for me by a beautiful graphic designer named Helena many years ago. This is worth its weight in gold. Doobies1234, is there any one thing you can give advice for future fear thinking? What would it be? Here it is. The greatest fear that people have is the fear of not being able to cope. So the fear buster is, I can handle this, I can handle whatever comes my way, or God and I can handle whatever comes my way, or Spirit and I can do so. Just convince yourself, tell yourself you will be able to handle it. And you know what? You always have. You've always landed on your feet. Even with my hospitalizations, I've come out of it. All right, still therapy worked for a while for me, but I changed because of unwanted side effects. Everybody's different. And yes, Joseph F., it can be difficult to come out of. Yeah, we'll send you the diagram, but it would be nice if you could make a contribution. What can I do to forgive myself for hurting people to do my BPD? Leanne, it was the illness, not you. It was the illness, not you. You were not responsible. It was the illness. Forgive yourself. You know, if someone has a tumor, they don't blame themselves for having a tumor. You had a serious mental illness. The fact you're taking, and make amends, like they say in 12-step. Write to those people. Tell them you didn't mean to do it. Tell them you were doing the best you can. They'll understand. People want to forgive. Okay, invest in bullets and Sunstream. That's interesting. I'm not computer stored. How do I donate? Erlene, there's a $ right there at the very bottom of this chat thread. It says, when you hover over it, it says, show your support for Dr. Block. Yeah, I guess I'm a doctor. Click on the $ and it'll ask you how much you want to give. It's that simple. Hopefully you're on I don't know if you can do this on a smartphone, but you can certainly do it on a laptop or a desktop. Can anybody explain shell shock? It's PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And what happens when human beings who are not meant to be in a war zone are in a war zone. It's around for the beginning of time. Shell shock is the name they used in World War II. Do you know Surviving Antidepressants website? No, but I probably should. I'm sure the antidepressants can be a hell. I had bad reactions to 2 of them, but they also can do some good. I need ADHD meds. They're being used effectively for depressive thoughts. Yes, they are. Adderall, Ritalin, Concerta, Vyvanse, they're all being used, but you got to go to a doctor and see if it's right for you. I try to donate, but it doesn't take every time. What do you think about antidepressant with amino acid therapy? Yes, it's very helpful, and I've never gotten better through my antidepressant. And by the way, if you doesn't take your credit card, do you have a PayPal account, Gabrielle? You can get one really quickly. Just go to PayPal.com. But if you go get a PayPal account, you can donate anything you want. You just need a checking account. And my PayPal address is douglasblock@gmail.com. Here it is. Whoops, I can't even type, can I? Well, I'm having a hard time here. Yep, caps lock. Does anyone ever do that? Does anybody ever hit the caps lock when I do an A? Okay, and let's go back. We'll try this again. G, A. I should have taken typing lessons. Yeah, if you get a PayPal account, you can donate to me at this email address for free. Okay, Ativan have a shelf life? I don't think so. I took some old amitriptyline. I was 20 years old. It still worked. First time catching live. At first I was skeptical about taking medication for my severe anxiety, but it seems to be working. Yes, it's important to keep an open mind. I agree, Michael. BTBD is hell. It certainly is. All right. So I missed some chats when I was putting up information. Can you do a video on AD withdrawal symptoms? That would be a very good video. There's a guy named Will Hall. You need to check him out, Joseph. He's done a whole bunch of books on them, and they're very, very good. Gabrielle, did that help when I gave you my address for PayPal? I've been searching for a job. I'm starting to feel heavily depressed. It looks like I will never find a job. Keep it up. I don't know if where you live. In America, Amazon.com is hiring everybody. But, you know, at least in America, there are lots of jobs. Joseph, do you know I watch other people's experience on YouTube? Sometimes our experience with antidepressant reactions are the same. Yes, absolutely. People sometimes have some really severe reactions. All right, Rasmus, it's said habits are powerful and they can make us who we are. Then how come depression kills the habits that never existed? Because your brain is dysregulated, because your brain is dysfunctional. Even things like brushing teeth or taking a shower, heroic deeds, absolutely. You lose motivation, you lose activity, you become apathetic. That's part of the illness. Hey, IY. Wow, I haven't seen you in ages. You used to be a regular fan of this show. Didn't you do a Patreon donation once, years ago? Okay, we're over the halfway mark. I'm waiting for a donation. I'll tell you right now, $5 or more, and you get something that I sweated my whole life to do. And this is my memoir, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. It's because it's become a lifeline for life. Yes. Here's what Mary Manamorsey said. Douglas Block writes, with the insight and power of message available to someone who has walked into some of the deepest darkness a human being can know. When Going Through Hell Don't Stop is much more than a one man's journey. It is a powerful contribution to anyone seeking help for someone or themselves from overcoming depression. Have I ever tried amino acids? I haven't, but some of my clients have, and they've been very helpful. Have I ever used lights to alleviate symptoms? Yes, of course. I have a light right over here on my desk. It's called what is it called? A light box. You need them. Thanks for doing this, somebody. Yeah. No, light boxes. You need, in Oregon, Washington, Northwest, you need a light box. So, Cookies Blue, how can I rebuild my life after suffering untreated PTSD? Wow, it shaped my life, no job, no money. Wow, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope, Cookies Blue. There is help. There's something called, what is it called for eye movement rapid, EMDR. Go find someone who does EMDR. You feel less alone, Stan? Well, that's important. That's why we're here. We don't have to be alone. We can only heal through community. So yes, Cookies Blue, there's something called EMDR. I'll post it right here. It's a kind of therapy that's been developed around for decades that helps with people who have suffered trauma in the past. Is there a way to make these tests less heroic? Yeah, not really. Just continue to be a hero. Okay, amino acid therapy is helpful for some people. Michael Falone, BPD is horrible. I have a friend who suffers. I feel bad because I can't be around anymore. She gets so mean, says cruel things. I'm suicidal. I don't need more abuse. Absolutely, Lazy Eye. Take care of yourself. Leanne, Susan, I believe you. I believe you. And I wasn't diagnosed till I was 40. Seems shrinks don't want to deal with people with BPD. Do one on childhood trauma? I already have done. Oh yes, there's a video on childhood trauma. It's one of my most populars. It says how trauma and childhood can help me make you feel depressed as an adult. Just go look up on go to my YouTube site and go type in trauma. You'll find the video. Never too late to get treatment, says David Holden. Yes. So yes, there is a video I have done on childhood trauma. Absolutely. Again, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop is yours if you make a contribution. How do you stop thinking about the past, regrets, memories that make you feel sad? That's very difficult, Coquille JD, but I have a video called How to Stop Intrusive Thoughts. You could take a look at that, but keep focusing away from the thinking, get into the here and now, focus on other people, focus on music, get yourself out of the rumination. We could use a light box in the Netherlands at the moment. Of course, everybody needs one in the Netherlands. Thank you. Is that Roxana who did that, like she did last week? I think I see, I get your little YouTube thing up. Roxana Sharif, thank you again. You did it last week. You're just so helpful. I recognize your, what is it called, your pictograph? What are those things called next to all your names? The symbol? Anyway, I recognize it. Hey, David Holden, says Rasmus. I've seen you use a rhythm type meds for depression. Yes, absolutely. Many doctors in Portland who know what they're doing prescribe Ritalin for depression, but it's a controlled substance. It can be addictive. You have to be really careful. So I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying doctors do use it. And if you want to try it, talk to a doctor, but be really, really careful. Joseph, I'm from Curacao. Curacao, is that in South America? I'm sorry for my ignorance of geography. I really apologize. You know a great deal about American history. Great. Wow, you have been getting it for 17 months EMDR Cookies Blue, but it's taking such a long time to make a difference. It's never too late, Cookies Blue. It is never too late. Hang in there, please. And maybe you can do some other things. Maybe there's other therapies you can try besides EMDR. Curacao is part of the Netherlands. I'm considering therapy there. Wow. Is apathy a side of SSRI meds, says Connor? Sometimes it can be. Talk to your doctor. Depression thrives on low self-esteem, so what do you do for raising self-esteem? Is it possible? Oh yeah, there's so many books on self-esteem. I have one video myself on how you can raise your self-esteem when you're depression. Yeah, Curacao is next to Reuben. That's what I thought. All right, time for a joke. Okay, this is sort of another one about, anyway, so look, I'm getting old, right? 70, pretty soon I'll be 90, but you know what? I have a 92-year-old friend in Portland. He's pretty in amazing shape. Anyway, you know, there's really nothing wrong with him, but he's, you know, he likes to go to the doctor. He is hard of hearing, however, okay? He went to the doctor, and he complained he didn't feel himself. He said that he was tired. So the doctor examined him and gave him some advice. 2 weeks later, the doctor happened to bump into this old man on the street. He was beaming and had his arm around a much younger woman, beaming, really looking great. You're looking better, the doctor said. Well, the old man says, I followed your instructions. You told me to find a hot mama and be cheerful. The doctor said, I said no such thing. I told you you had a heart murmur and be careful. That's what happens when you're hard of hearing, huh? All right. Lazy Eye Ranch, sorry you had that abusive behavior. Well, when people drink, all sorts of bad things can happen. By the way, I hope you like my joke. Someone give it a thumbs up, will you? Andrea Osen, I found your channel. It's so helpful to me get starting and better again. I've done a lot of things to get better. One of the things I always struggle with is reaching out to people. Well, you just got to push through it. You know what? People are happy to help you. You know, there's something called helper's high. When you help another person, your dopamine goes off. You're doing people a favor when you reach out for help, because when they help you, they feel better. Is acceptance therapy the best therapy for anxiety? I've always thought it's better than coping strategies aversion. Yes. Well, there's something called ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy. It's very good, and it can help for all sorts of stuff. Sayan Jacob says, Connor, you can become very apathetic. Yes, cause the antidepressants can numb your emotions. Yes, I had it also. Thumbs up, says Marianne. Well, 40 minutes, 57 people watching. So, my video tomorrow. Can the pursuit of pleasure make you happy? The answer is no, because pleasure in itself will not do it. It's called hedonism. If that was the case, you know, all the great spiritual teachers would be hedonists, but they're not. You know what they all say? What do all the great teachers say? They say, love and serve one another. Albert Schweitzer, the great humanitarian who founded a hospital in Africa, said, I don't know what, he said it at a commencement speech, I don't know what your future will be, but this I can tell you. The only ones of you who will be truly happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. The only ones of you who will be truly happy are the ones who have sought and found how to serve. Service and love, they're the keys. Cookies Blue, you like the joke, thumbs up. Roxana Sharif, Rasmus, remember all you have done. Make a list and remind yourself you can raise self-esteem. Cookies Blue like that. Helping others brings me such joy. See, Leanne, you're making up for any harm you did in the past. You're making that up for helping others. You know, every saint used to be a sinner. And not that you were a sinner, but, you know, you did things you regret. Meditation, of course, excellent. There's something called Headspace. It's an app. Download it to your smartphone. It gives meditation. If you just go type in applications, phone apps for meditation, you'll get a bunch of them. Can a depressed person possibly have high self-esteem? Well, one of the hallmarks of depression is low self-esteem, so no. But if you develop high self-esteem, it can help you come out of your depression. All right. Well, guys, I fell off my bike and am suffering from back pain. It's really hard for me to sit here. I may have to get up and move around, but I may have to go a little early. We're 40 minutes into it, and I may have to go at the 50-minute mark. In the meantime, I'm still here taking questions. I'm going back to see if I missed any. Again, Roxana Sharif, thank you for your generous donation. The person who wanted to donate, but the live chat didn't work, it wouldn't accept her card. Just go ahead and use my email address. Go to PayPal, go to paypal.com, and just email me, which I can't find the email thing, but it's douglasblock@gmail.com. And why can't I find it? My mother said if you didn't have your head on your shoulders, you'd lose that too. In the meantime, I want to show you this from Julie Hayes and From the Ashes I Rise. Anybody who's down, remember, what goes down must come up. This is a beautiful, beautiful image. And just remember it. Oh, Leanne says, I use Insight Timer. Meditation is great. App called Calm. Did you hear that? The Salt Lakers, Insight Timer, Headspace, and Calm. Those are three great apps. Done, Douglas. What? Oh, you sent a PayPal account or PayPal donation? What did you mean by Will Hall videos? Will Hall is a really cool man who's done a whole book and a whole video on coming off antidepressants without side effects. So look up Will Hall coming off of antidepressants. Google it. You'll see his website and his videos. Any other apps? There's Headspace, there's Calm, and there's Insight Timer. Those are the three good ones, but you can find others. All right, well, I'm looking to see if I got a notification about a PayPal donation. Let me check my smartphone, okay? Yes, $10. Thank you so much. What a sweetheart. It worked, Gabriella. You contributed $10. You're great. Not only that, can you contribute money on PayPal? You can receive money. People can send you money. You can give money to friends, family. It's free. It's a tremendous donation. You know who created that? Elon Musk, the guy who is the great inventor who did Tesla and SpaceX. Can you believe? How can some people be so smart? Really. I need to do a joke about something like that. Can one develop BPT as an adult, says Susan Jones? Oh, well, it's a childhood thing, really, but I guess anything's possible. And, oh, yes, another joke. Inside Timer is my favorite. Smart, right? 3 people on an what do we call it? 4 people on an airplane that's going down, only 3 parachutes. It's a small prop jet. First person says, I am a leading heart surgeon. My patients need me. Sorry, I need the parachute. He jumps off. Okay, now there's only 3 left. The second person says, I'm a rocket scientist. I'm the smartest man alive. My country needs me. He takes the second parachute, jumps off the plane. That leaves 2 people, a pope and a 10-year-old boy. The pope says, you know, son, I've had a good life. I'm 80 years old. I'm going to meet Jesus. Why don't you take this parachute? The boy says, that's okay, Pope. There's still parachutes left on the plane. You know why? You know that guy who said he was the smartest man alive? He jumped off the plane with my backpack. Remember, pride goeth before the fall. Don't ever say you're the smartest man alive. You may end up jumping off a plane with a backpack yourself. All right, I'm so sick of depression and anxiety. I'm exhausted when I'm not ruminating about the past. I'm anxious about the future. Wow. Well, you're a beautiful soul, David. What about intense exercise? How's your physical health? How old are you? Can you just go and run up a hill till you exhaust, or do what I do, back up Rocky Butte until the only thing you can think of is your next breath? You won't be depressed and anxious in that moment. Intense physical exercise to the point of dropping dead will take those ruminating thoughts away. Can untreated depression develop into bipolar 2? No, you either have one or the other. A great joke. Yes, that was Joe Osteen who gave me that joke. So yeah, no, bipolar 2 has depressive, you know, depression can be part of bipolar 2, but they're not the same thing. Oh great, my son is freaking out and yelling at voices and spitting on the floor. He hasn't taken a shower. Look, you need, Lazy Eye Ranch, I know he's your son, but you need to take care of yourself. You're not doing him any good and you're not doing yourself any good. Talk to your therapist, talk to your friends, talk to people you trust, but it seems like you need to have your son leave the home, even though they don't really have very good long-term care for him where you are. But maybe Pray for him. Call Silent Unity. You know what you're going to do? This always works. I did a video on it. Okay, Lazy Eye Ranch. Please call this number. You're in California. It's a toll-free number from the States. 800-669-7729. It's called Silent Unity. They're open 24 hours a day, and they will say a 30-second prayer for your son. They will hold him in the light for 30 days in their prayer chapel. Pray that he gets the help he needs. But you know, my brother kicked me out on the streets when I was 26 in Berkeley because I was so out of control. Not as bad as your son, but I was depressed and anxious. He couldn't help me anymore, and I found help. I got into a halfway house and recovered. So he did me a favor, and you know, I mean, it was an act of love, so maybe if you release your son, maybe he'll draw the help him that he needs. But obviously, you can't help him right now. Douglas can't fix every problem. He's a great guy for trying, though. What do you mean? I'm a savior. I can fix anything. No, I'm not. You are full of self-worth, but remember, depression crushes the self-esteem. So feeling worthless is a side effect of depression, not a fact. I'm surrounded by people that love me, my friend. Oh, you have a wife and family? Wow. Well, you're very fortunate, but you know, you can still be depressed with a wife and family and friends. I was, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Lots of support. I still wanted to do myself in. You end up on the streets and you're still here. Well, of course. A lot of people ended up in the streets in the 1970s America. People were hitchhiking and on the streets. But I was on the streets, but not for very long. I found a halfway house after a couple of weeks. They won't take him to the hospital. Well, you got to call protective services. Call your mental health agency. Seriously. There's got to be somebody you can call. I don't know what to tell you, Lazy Eye Ranch, but bring some other people in. Get some support. Maybe the 2 of you can drive him and drop him off at a mental hospital. I don't know what the answer is, but reach out for support. Find someone who can help you. Go call social services or call a different police department. Hi, David. I feel you, man, says Joseph. Depression can be very lonely sometimes. Yes, it can, because you think you're the only one. But look, David, you're here on this live chat. All these other people love and support you. You're not the only one. You're not alone, even though you feel that way. I can understand that. Well, what else do we have? By the way, I love mysteries, don't you? I used to read all of Sherlock Holmes, books on Sherlock Holmes by Conan Doyle. He's a Brit. Anyway, the other day I read something in the paper that the police found a cartoonist dead in his home. The details were sketchy. Ta-da! If David Starkweather is still here. Boy, that's a lot of jokes. Well, it's been a while since Roxana. Well, Gabrielle, you were the last person to give a donation through PayPal. Thank you so much. Yes, PayPal or the $ in the lower left part of your screen would be a great sending off thing for me. I agree, says Rayanne McGowan. Call a different police department. That's ridiculous that they can't help you. Absolutely. Something is really wrong. Thank you, everyone, for your support. It means a lot to Emily. Thank you, Douglas. David, call that number. I'll give you the number you can call from hyper-awareness and depression. Are they related? I think so. You become, yeah, they can be. You can be really sensitive people can get depressed. Anyway, okay, so David Holden, this is the number you call. 816-969-2000. Silent Unity. You can get them from the UK. You may have to pay a few cents, but that's okay. I tell you, they will pray for you. And you can also go to online, silentunity.com, and that will be very helpful. Gary Hunkster, hey, you're here. Wow, I eat kimchi, Celexa 10 milligrams after being on 20 milligrams. Meditation, Celexa oils, CBD therapy, use CBD fish oils, but still have little desire to do anything. Wow, only things left is exercise. Your thoughts? Yeah, exercise. And if Celexa is not helping, try a different antidepressant. And kimchi is wonderful for your gut health. You must be responding to the last video I posted, which is if you want a happy brain, create a healthy gut. It's very important to get probiotics and prebiotics and treat your gut well. Lots of whole grains, lots of foods with fiber, and fermented things like kimchi, sauerkraut, and of course you can take a supplement. Lazy Eye Wrench, that's why I'm going to the courthouse tomorrow. I have to file a restraining order. Yep, that's what you do. You get a restraining order. That's what has to happen. So good for you. We'll think of you doing that. Cold Keel JD, thank you for this channel. And Doug, it's been calming. It's for just watching your videos. Well, I'm so glad. Thank you for your donation. I think you did a donation. I ran Samaritan last week for a local chat. It was helpful. Yes, the Samaritans are amazing. Doug, be careful telling Lazy Eye Wrench to call up the police next time. He'll end up dead. Well, she did it herself, so I'm not really telling her anything she didn't do. So yeah, okay. Versus woman, I take that back. The restraining order, what about filing the restraining order? That's much better. I know police can kill people who are mentally ill. You're absolutely right. So maybe the restraining order is the best thing, but I'm not really the best person to advise Lazy Eye Ranch. She has to find those resources there. All I'm just saying is reach out, put your son on a prayer list. There must be people there who can help. Carrie Irving, wow. I got some awfully terrible comments from a subscriber to another channel I'm subscribed to. I was shaking. What they say, remember, nobody can oppress you without your permission. Just go ahead and do, like, sage yourself and do something to exercise that negativity. If you have sage, or say a prayer, may this, all that is not mine, return to the earth from whence it came. Something like that. Say some sort of an invocation and go to somebody who's really who you know, and you can get rid of that. Tips for increasing self-confidence. I have a whole video on that. Do things, start small and do things that you succeed in. Nothing succeeds like success. Surja Mehra, any anxiety, how to calm oneself down when anxiety strikes. You have no other option. Go outside, take a walk, do some deep breathing, take an anti-anxiety drug if you can get one. You go to the bathroom, put your head in a sink of cold water and hold your breath. That will help, believe it or not. It sounds ridiculous, but it activates the dive response. San Jacobs, Lazy Eye Ranch, all the best, but don't forget to keep loving your son and visiting sometimes you have the strength. Yeah, you can love the son, but you don't have to subject yourself to the abuse. Carrie, block them or get them off there. Block the haters, yep. He's 26, he was in the Navy for a year, but got an honorable discharge due to schizophrenia, although they don't diagnose it. Wow. You're tired, Stan, take care of yourself and take a nap, take a walk around the block. Oh, I love that quote by Bob Marley. I've seen that many times. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Thank you, Salt Lakers. Bob Marley, an amazing person. Glad you got some help, Roxanne. This is David Holden. I have access to the local crisis team near me. I can call anytime. I might give it a go, always. And remember, David Holden, Silent Unity 816-969-2000. Call that number. Ms. Lady Blue World, I've been dealing with off my meds with anxiety. For 2 months, I took too much backslid oil. Threw my chemical imbalance off. Any suggestion for this? Well, your body will restore itself. Go look at my video, how to rebalance how to rewire your anxious brain, and that will give you some tips. Try to not worry about the future and tell yourself all shall be well. Hey, Miss Firejack, you've been off your meds for 5 days. I've been extremely anxious. I'm feeling very lightheaded. Is that a withdrawal thing? It could be. What's the medication? Look up the side effects of withdrawal. Consult your doctor. You definitely should be withdrawing from medication under the supervision of a medical professional. Okay, Marianne Ruggernut is a loved one of someone with depression and a buttload of denial. Me and my teenage daughter wonder if you have any tips of taking care of ourselves. He's out of our lives. Self-care, self-nurturance. Hey, look, make a few dollars donation. I'll send you this chart. Self-esteem, self-care medications that can boost your mood right here. There's lots of things you can do to take care of yourself. And also, go ahead and work with a therapist. Cold showers kill the anxiety immediately, Syria. It does. You're absolutely right, Joseph. How to let go of guilt? Well, again, forgive yourself. I have a video called Forgive Yourself for Your Mistakes. It would be very helpful for you to watch that or any video on this. Ross Linda, I've been in domestic relationships since I'm little, raising 3 kids on my own. I've been single 3 years ago. How can I be happy again? Well, you can be happy again by doing the things that make people happy. Find a way to help people, get good social support, exercise, sleep, good nutrition, therapy. I knew Barb Marley very well. Wow, you did? Virtuous woman, good for you. Is my hypertension under control? No, it's not actually. It's been worse lately that I've been in chronic pain. Thank you for asking. Yes, cold showers can help. Wow, Gary, $20. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Well, send me your email address. I will definitely send you this ebook when going through Hell Don't Stop. So Gary, if you can go ahead and send me your email address, I will send you a ebook of this amazing book I wrote about my miraculous cure from depression, and you'll get a self-care chart to boot. For a $20 donation, you deserve at least that. And if you want to become a regular stating member, I'm not saying $20 a month, just go to www.patreon.com/Douglas Block. No, thank you very much, Gary. Very, 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 very appreciated. This work is important. It's important that we keep doing it. Asher Fairbanks, my God, I haven't heard from you in 15 years. Here you are. I hope you come to group tomorrow night. We all miss you. You know, you are the group savior. No, you're not, but it's nice to see you anyway. Love bug, face your fears and the worries disappear. Well, that's good advice. Homero Rivera at Love Bug. I felt like that not too long ago. Depression and anxiety can make us feel like we're main stakeholders of the world's problems. I didn't mean to go after them. I ran out of refills. Wow. Well, get back on them and see if you can feel better again. Hi, Douglas. Your mental health improved or got worse with age? I'm 30 years. I had a terrible time. No, my mental health has actually gotten better. Coming off Valium, I hate them intrusive thoughts. Well, yeah. Thanks again for the amazing work you're doing, Miss Firejack. You know, I think you're lovely. Thank you for your Patreon membership, and I hope you enjoyed the book I sent you. JR90, nice to see you. It will be there. I saw Fleetwood Mac. It was great. Aren't they dead already? I love Fleetwood Mac. Don't you love, you know what my favorite song is? Rhiannon. I listened to it when I was getting out of my 1975-76 depression. How do you spell it? Is that the name of the song? Stevie Nicks, what a great singer she is. Yeah, nice donation, Gary. I don't even know who Gary is. Where do you live? Is this your first time on the live chat? I haven't even seen you before. Anyway, again, I want to send you an ebook. I want to send you a chart, but I need your email address. 58 minutes and 13 seconds. We have 47 seconds to go until I can go ahead and get ready to go buy a Christmas tree here in lovely Portland, Oregon, where it's sunny, 43 degrees, and just the most remarkable place. We're near the ocean, we're near the mountains, we're near the desert. Oregon has everything, so everybody move out here and drive the highest prices, even more than they are. No, don't come here. Too many people moving here already. But it's a lovely place. Okay. I'm not angry at you. Oh, okay, where do I find your email address? Oh, well, where do you live, Gary? That's what I want to know. So here's my email address. You can send me your email address, and I will go send you those rewards that I told you I would send you. And here it is right here, douglasblog@gmail.com. Send me an email. Oh, you lost connection live stream, you're back? Nice. David also put up my email address. Thank you, David. So Gary, you should have it twice. Stephen in Petaluma, I can't wait to visit Oregon soon. Yes, Stephen in Petaluma. Arcade Cup, 99 cents. Great job. Erlene Scott, $5. Well, both of you get the charts. I think Arcade Cup, I have your address. You're from Green Bay. How are the Packers doing? Erlene Scott, I don't. I do want to send you a copy of my ebook and a chart. So there's my email address. It was typed up there. I hope you can find it. Otherwise, I don't know what I did with a piece of paper, but it's douglasblog@gmail.com. Linda Stokes, you're back. I'm decorating my tree now. I'm listening to you. Wow, love bug. With depression, I became so absorbed in neglected and boring things. That's what happens when you're depressed. Oh, my 7-year-old pet turkey died 2 days before Thanksgiving. No, we didn't eat him. Killed by a bobcat. Wow. So, Gary, you're in Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the rain. I saw that musical in New York. The musical that turned musicals around, Oklahoma, 1943. Wonderful. Joseph F., thank you. I don't know for what. Gary Hunsaker, remember, Hunsaker, send me your email address if I'm going to send you those gifts. Always take life day by day. Thank you, Leanne. With depression, Doug, do you have to feel sad to have it? No, you can feel numb. Sometimes depression is not sadness, it's just apathy and just feeling like you're disconnected. It's a horrible feeling, but you can and will get over it because, as Julie said, from the ashes I rise. And that's a good note to leave on. Resurrection is the name of the game. What goes down must come up. This too shall pass. I have seen so many people ascend out of hell. Not me. I've been doing this work for 20 years. I've been writing books for 40 years. Believe me, I have a wealth of personal and professional experience. You can get better. Hang in there. And as I say here in the very beginning of this book,